Okay, here's the exam one review for calc. This is problem number 1. We are going to start up here with what we are told about the limits. Notice that we have got constants woven in there, and so we want to take care of that. So let's take a look at this first one. We got the limit as x approaches -1 of 2 times b of x equals 6. Remember that any constant can be pulled out in front of the limit. So I'm going to pull that constant out because what I really want is just the limit of b of x. We're going to divide both sides by 2. I get that limit as x approaches -1 of b of x equals 3. There's our first one. We're going to do the same with the second. Limit as x approaches -1. I'm going to save a step here and pull the 1/5 out to start. That's w of x equals -1. Multiply both sides by 5, and I get the limit as x approaches -1. W of x equals -5. And then our last one, the limit as x approaches -1 of h of x is already listed as 8. So I don't need to do anything beyond that. Actually, you know what I should do, though? Let's color code. Let's see if that helps. Okay. So A wants the limit as x approaches -1. I have 4 times the square root of 2 times h of x. Awesome. Minus 8 times w of x squared all over b of x. We can talk about the limit laws here. We know this is the limit as x approaches -1 of 4 times the square root of 2 times h of x minus the limit as x goes to -1 of 8 times w of x squared all over the limit as x goes to -1 of b of x. And this is the only one I'm going to write full limit laws out. That top one, 4. Let's use the square root at the same time. Times the square root of 2 times the limit as x goes to -1 of h of x minus 8 times the limit as x goes to -1 of w of x. That whole thing is squared over the limit as x goes to -1 of b of x. 4 times the square root 2 times the limit of h of x is 8 minus 8 times the limit of w of x is -5. That needs to be squared all over the limit as x goes to -1 of b of x, which is 3. Gives me 4 times the square root of 16 minus 8 times 25 all over 3. 4 times 4 is 16 minus 200 all over 3, which gives me a -184 over 3. Woohoo. Ooh, and I talked about color coding and then I did not. Let's see, I got the limit of h of x here. And my w of x. Notice I am highlighting not only the limit, but the function itself and the function value. So B, I got the limit as x goes to -1 of w of x plus the limit as x goes to -1 of b of x minus 5 times the limit as x goes to -1 of h of x. Negative. So the limit as x goes to -1 of w of x is -5 plus limit as x goes to -1 of b of x is 3 minus 5 times the limit of h of x. -5 plus 3 is -2 minus 40. And we get a -42. And where's our last one? Okay. See, I'm not going to worry so much about the color coding. We have, what, 12 first. Limit as x goes to -1 of h of x plus limit as x goes to -1 of b of x minus the limit as x goes to -1 of 5 plus the limit as x goes to -1 of x. So 12 times the limit of h of x is 8. Limit of b of x is 3. The limit of any constant is just that number. And the limit as x approaches -1 of x is -1. Or plus -1, however you want to write that. 96 plus 3 minus 5 minus 1. And we get 93.